16 most profitable crops you can plant in November. Easy gardening for seniors. Last winter, I saved just over $85 simply by growing a few easy vegetables right here at home. Nothing fancy, no greenhouse, no big backyard. Just a few containers, a couple of raised beds, and a handful of cold-loving plants. While grocery prices went up and produce got more expensive, my little winter garden kept giving. Fresh onions, kale, and herbs, all for just pennies. And honestly, that small garden felt like the smartest investment I made all winter. So if you've ever thought November was too late to start planting, I'm here to tell you it's actually one of the best times to grow. Because there are some crops that absolutely love the cool weather, and they can save you real money too. Today, I'll show you 16 of the most profitable plants you can grow this November, even if you're working with limited space, a few pots, or just a cozy patio. And every one of these crops is gentle on your hands, easy on your back, and simple to care for. Perfect for us senior gardeners who prefer to grow smarter, not harder. Before we begin, if you love simple, no-fuss gardening tips made especially for seniors, don't forget to hit subscribe and tap the little bell. That way, you'll never miss our weekly guides on easy gardening, small space growing, and saving money with plants. All right, let's dig in. 1. Red onions, the winter money saver. If there's one crop I recommend almost every senior gardener try this November, it's red onions. They're one of the easiest vegetables to grow, incredibly versatile in the kitchen, and surprisingly profitable. You can plant red onions from sets or small bulbs in loose, well-draining soil. They don't need much, just 6 inches between each bulb, a sunny spot, and gentle watering once a week. If you're gardening in mild climates, November is the perfect time to plant outdoors. In colder areas, don't worry. Just plant them in containers or deep pots indoors and move them outside once spring arrives. Senior tip: use a waist-high raised bed or grow table. You'll save your back and make weeding and watering much easier. Profit tip: onions are fantastic for saving money. One small bag of sets, about $3, can produce 10 to 15 pounds of onions by spring. You can sell a few at your local market, or simply enjoy months of homegrown, flavorful onions at home. Pro tip: choose short-day varieties like Red Burgundy or Red Creole. They perform best in cooler months and mild winter regions. 2. Garlic, the golden crop of winter. Now let's talk about garlic, the superstar of every winter garden. Garlic is one of the most profitable and low-effort crops you can plant in November. Why? Because each tiny clove you plant now will grow into a full bulb by summer. That's right, you can turn one head of garlic into 10. To plant, simply break apart a garlic bulb and push each clove, pointy end up, about 2 inches deep and 6 inches apart in rich, loose soil. Then cover with mulch and let nature do the rest. Senior tip: use a small hand dibber or even a spoon handle to make holes for the cloves. No digging, no strain, and it's a relaxing, meditative planting activity you can do sitting on a garden stool. Profit tip: homegrown garlic sells for $6 to $12 per pound at farmers markets, especially if it's organic. Even if you're not selling, you'll save plenty by never buying store garlic again. Pro tip: choose hardneck varieties if you live in colder areas. They're hardy and produce delicious scapes you can harvest early for extra income. 3. Potatoes, grow bags of gold. Who doesn't love potatoes? They're hearty, filling, and one of the most rewarding crops to grow in November. Especially for seniors, because potatoes grow beautifully in containers, buckets, or grow bags. Just drop a few seed potatoes into 6 inches of soil, water lightly, and keep adding soil as the plant grows taller. Each little potato you plant can yield up to 10 pounds of delicious spuds. Senior tip: grow potatoes in rolling containers or fabric grow bags. You can easily move them around without lifting heavy pots. And when it's time to harvest, you simply dump the bag out and pick them up comfortably. Profit tip: a single grow bag can produce up to $15 to $20 worth of potatoes. And if you choose early varieties like Yukon Gold or Red Pontiac, you'll be harvesting by late February or March in mild regions. Pro tip: always use certified seed potatoes, not grocery store ones. They sprout faster, resist disease, and produce healthier crops. If you're enjoying this video so far, give it a quick thumbs up. It really helps more seniors find our gardening community. And if you've tried growing potatoes or garlic before, tell me in the comments how your harvest went. I'd love to hear from you. 4. Kale, the cool weather champion. Our next November favorite is kale. And let me tell you, kale absolutely loves the cool weather. In fact, the colder it gets, the sweeter it tastes. You can grow kale easily in containers, raised beds, or even window boxes. Just sprinkle a few seeds in well-drained soil, keep them moist, and within weeks you'll have crisp, nutritious leaves ready to harvest. Senior tip: harvest kale from the bottom up. That way you won't need to bend too much. And because it's a cut and come again plant, you'll enjoy fresh greens for months from the same few plants. Profit tip: kale is highly profitable. One small patch can produce pounds of greens that sell for $4 to $8 per pound. Even better, it regrows after each cutting, giving you steady harvests all season. Pro tip: for tender, mild leaves, choose varieties like lacinato or dino kale. They're softer, easier to chew, and perfect for smoothies and salads. 5. Lettuce, the quickest payback in the garden. If you're looking for a crop that gives results fast, lettuce is your new best friend. Lettuce thrives in cool weather, and November is one of the best times to plant it. You can grow it in anything, from deep pots and garden trays to window boxes or raised beds. Just sprinkle the seeds lightly on top of moist soil, press gently, and mist with water every few days. Within 7 to 10 days, you'll see the first bright green sprouts popping up. Senior tip: use long, shallow planters or window boxes placed at waist-height tables. That way, you can care for your plants standing or sitting comfortably, no kneeling or bending. Profit tip: loose-leaf lettuce varieties like Butter Crunch, Black-seeded Simpson, and Oak Leaf grow fast and can be harvested repeatedly. Each 2-foot tray can produce enough lettuce to save $10 to $15 in grocery costs every few weeks. Pro tip: plant seeds in batches every 2 weeks. This succession planting keeps you harvesting fresh, tender leaves all winter long. 6. Spinach, a winter champion. Next on our list is spinach, a true winter champion. Spinach absolutely loves cool weather, and it's incredibly forgiving. Even if you've never grown it before, you'll find it almost effortless. Plant spinach seeds about ½ inch deep, keep the soil moist but not soggy, and you'll be harvesting baby spinach in just 3 to 4 weeks. Senior tip: if your back or knees get tired easily, consider growing spinach in deep plastic bins or fabric grow bags placed on a sturdy table or bench. This keeps everything at a comfortable height, and you can even add a small stool beside it for seated gardening. Profit tip: spinach grows quickly and continuously. A single container can yield over 2 pounds of fresh greens across the season, easily worth $8 to $12 retail value. Pro tip: harvest from the outer leaves first and let the center keep growing. That way you'll enjoy a new batch of fresh leaves every week without replanting. 7. Green onions. Fast, easy, and always in demand. If you've ever wished for something you can harvest quickly, green onions, also known as scallions, are it. You can grow them almost anywhere, in a pot, a recycled food container, or directly in the ground. Just plant small onion sets or seeds about 1 inch apart, water gently, and watch them grow tall and proud. Senior tip: keep your green onions close to your kitchen door or patio. That way you can snip a few fresh stalks anytime you're cooking, without having to walk far or carry tools. Profit tip: green onions are an amazing money saver. From a $3 pack of sets, you can harvest over 50 bunches, each worth about $2 to $3 if sold at a market or shared with friends and neighbors. Pro tip: once you harvest, leave about 1 inch of stem in the soil. The plant will regrow again in just a few weeks. No replanting needed. 8. Beets. 2 crops in 1. Now here's a hidden gem. Beets are one of the most underrated but most profitable crops you can grow in November. They love cool weather and do great in containers or small raised beds. What makes them special is that you get 2 harvests from one plant, the nutrient-rich greens on top and the sweet, colorful roots underneath. To plant, sow seeds about 1 inch apart and half an inch deep. Once the seedlings come up, thin them gently to allow space for the bulbs to form. Senior tip: if kneeling is tough, sow beet seeds in tall containers or plastic tubs about 12 inches deep. This gives the roots plenty of room to grow and lets you tend them while sitting comfortably. Profit tip: you can harvest baby beet greens in just 3 weeks and full roots in about 6 to 8 weeks. Each plant can yield about $1 worth of greens and roots, and when grown in bulk, that adds up fast. Pro tip: for sweeter, tender roots, keep the soil consistently moist and harvest when the beets are about the size of a golf ball. Overgrown beets can become woody and less flavorful. 9. Broccoli, the winter superstar. If there's one crop that truly thrives in November, it's broccoli. It loves cool soil, it's easy to manage, and it's one of the most nutrient-rich vegetables you can grow, especially for seniors focusing on heart and bone health. Start with small nursery seedlings or transplants. They'll save you time and give you a head start. Plant each one about 18 inches apart in well-drained soil or a deep raised bed. Senior tip: broccoli roots are shallow, so avoid compacting the soil. Use a soft trowel and gentle pressure, or even your hands, to loosen the soil. Profit tip: a single broccoli plant can produce a large main head plus several smaller side shoots afterward. This means one planting gives you multiple harvests, a big value crop that keeps on giving. Pro tip: after harvesting the main crown, don't pull out the plant. Keep watering and feeding lightly, and it'll send up new side florets for weeks, extending your harvest. 10. Cabbage, the storage champion. Now let's move on to one of the most dependable vegetables you can grow in cool weather: cabbage. Cabbage is a cold-hardy warrior. Once it settles in, it doesn't mind a little frost. In fact, light frost can make the heads even sweeter. Plant young cabbage seedlings about 18 inches apart, keeping the soil rich and evenly moist. Senior tip: if bending down is tough, cabbage does beautifully in tall raised beds or large planters. You can easily tend to them at standing height and even use a small support stool nearby for comfort. Profit tip: each cabbage can weigh up to 3 or 4 pounds, and fresh, homegrown cabbage can sell for $3 to $4 per head at local senior markets or community co-ops. Pro tip: cover your young plants with fine mesh or netting to keep out cabbage moths and pests. No chemicals needed, and it's safer for you and your garden's ecosystem. 12. Carrots, sweet roots for cold days. Who doesn't love pulling up fresh, bright orange carrots from the soil? They're fun to grow, perfect for cooler weather, and surprisingly easy for seniors to manage, especially in deep containers or raised beds. Carrots prefer soft, loose soil. If your garden soil is heavy, it's best to grow them in a container about 12 inches deep. Just scatter the seeds thinly, cover lightly with soil, and keep moist until they sprout. Senior tip: instead of thinning tiny carrot seedlings by hand, which can be fiddly, use seed tape. It spaces them perfectly for you, saving time and effort. Profit tip: carrots store beautifully. A fall planting can supply you for months. You can also harvest smaller baby carrots early for fresh eating and premium value at local markets. Pro tip: for sweeter flavor, leave mature carrots in the ground until after the first light frost. The cold turns their natural starches into sugar, giving you extra sweet, delicious roots. 12. Radishes, the quickest crop for instant results. If you love fast results, and who doesn't, radishes are your go-to November crop. They grow from seed to harvest in as little as 3 to 4 weeks, perfect for keeping your gardening spirit alive through winter. Sow radish seeds directly in the soil or in a shallow container about 6 inches deep. Keep the soil evenly moist and you'll see seedlings popping up in just a few days. Senior tip: use wide, shallow containers placed on a sturdy table for easy access. This keeps all your planting and harvesting at a comfortable height. No bending or kneeling needed. Profit tip: radishes may be small, but they're high turnover crops. A single 3-foot container can yield dozens of radishes, ready to sell or share within a month. Pro tip: don't waste the tops. Radish greens are edible, full of nutrients, and great in soups or stir-fries, giving you 2 crops in one. And if you're enjoying this calm, gentle approach to gardening, where every seed brings peace, health, and purpose, I'd love for you to subscribe to the channel and join our Easy Gardening for Seniors family. We share weekly guides just like this, with step-by-step help, real senior solutions, and gentle encouragement to help you grow smarter and happier, not harder. Tap subscribe and let's keep growing together. 13. Parsley, the simple herb with endless value. Parsley might seem humble, but don't underestimate it. This little herb is packed with nutrients, grows beautifully through cool months, and keeps coming back after each harvest. You can plant parsley in small pots, raised beds, or even recycled food containers. Sow seeds about a 1/4 inch deep and keep the soil consistently moist. Senior tip: parsley loves sunlight, so if it's chilly outside, place your pots near a kitchen window. That way, you can clip fresh parsley whenever you need it without stepping outdoors. Profit tip: fresh parsley sells for $1 to $2 per bunch, and since it regrows, one plant can give you a steady supply for 6 months or more. Pro tip: harvest the outer stems first, leaving the center intact. This keeps your plant growing strong and full, perfect for small, continual harvests. And 14. Herbs: thyme, rosemary, and oregano, the evergreen trio. If there's one group of plants that seniors love growing year-round, it's herbs, especially thyme, rosemary, and oregano. They're fragrant, easy to manage, and stay green even when most plants fade away. Start with small transplants from your local nursery. These herbs prefer sunny spots and well-drained soil, perfect for raised beds or decorative patio pots. Senior tip: use lightweight terracotta or fabric pots so you can move them around easily to catch the sun. And keep them near your seating area. Brushing your hand over rosemary or thyme releases the most relaxing scent. Profit tip: these herbs are high-value crops. You can sell small dried bundles or jars of herb mix for a nice side income, or simply save money by seasoning your meals straight from the garden. Pro tip: trim herbs regularly to encourage bushy growth, and dry extra leaves for your own kitchen spice rack. A little jar of homegrown herbs makes a lovely handmade gift for friends, too. 15. Strawberries, sweet profits for spring. Next up, strawberries. Now, you might be wondering, strawberries in November? Yes, November is the perfect month to plant bare root strawberry crowns for a beautiful spring harvest. They'll spend the cool months establishing roots, then burst into flowers and fruit as soon as spring arrives. Plant your bare root crowns in containers, hanging baskets, or raised beds with rich soil and good drainage. Water them lightly and cover the soil with straw mulch to protect the roots through winter. Senior tip: hanging baskets or waist-height planters make strawberry care easy, no bending or crouching. Plus, it keeps slugs and pests away from your berries. Profit tip: each plant can produce up to a pound of fruit per season, and homegrown strawberries often sell for $6 to $8 per pound. A few baskets can easily pay for themselves. Pro tip: look for ever-bearing varieties like Seascape or Albion. They give you multiple harvests through spring and summer, not just one big crop.
16. Peas, the gentle climber for winter gardens. And finally, our last November superstar, peas. Peas are gentle, cheerful plants that bring a touch of life to your winter garden. They're perfect for small spaces and can grow in deep containers or along small trellises. Sow pea seeds about 2 inches deep and keep the soil moist. In just a few weeks, you'll see their delicate tendrils reaching upward, ready to climb. Senior tip: if mobility is limited, grow peas along a low trellis or netting attached to a railing. You can pick the pods easily at standing or seated height. No stretching or kneeling needed. Profit tip: peas are both pods and suits are valuable crops. Suits are harvested early and can sell for $4 to $6 per bag, while mature pods fetch even more. Pro tip: harvest pea pods while they're young and tender. That's when they're sweetest. And once your plants finish producing, you can cut them down and leave the roots in the soil. They'll release natural nitrogen to feed your next crops. So there you have it, 16 incredible crops you can plant in November. From hardy roots like carrots and potatoes, to refreshing greens, fragrant herbs, and even strawberries, your garden doesn't have to rest just because it's winter. Each one of these plants offers real rewards: fresh food, savings, joy, and purpose. And for seniors, gardening in November is more than just planting. It's a way to stay active, find peace, and stay connected with the simple natural rhythms of life. Now, before we wrap up, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these crops are you planning to grow this month? Are you thinking of onions, spinach, maybe a few pots of strawberries? Tell me in the comments below. Your stories and experiences truly inspire others in this wonderful senior gardening community.
If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up. It really supports the channel and helps more seniors discover the joy of easy gardening. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe to Easy Gardening for Seniors. We post new videos every week on growing food in small spaces, saving money, and enjoying the calm, simple pleasures of gardening at any age. Because gardening isn't just about plants. It's about peace, health, and happiness.